around 2009, I was diagnosed as having Parkinson's disease, and the result of that was a set of poems on the subject of Parkinson's. So I suppose that one of the most interesting aspects of it was the variety of side effects that were listed, or possible side effects. I was likely to have hallucinations, for example. Of course, there would be the usual sort of Parkinson's tremor in the limbs, usually an arm or a leg. A certain ruddiness in the face, a certain obsessiveness in one's behaviour. So in one way it was a new and varied experience, as well as something to be feared. When Parkinson's was first diagnosed, there were, it had a number of different names. The shaking palsy, for example, and paralysis agitans. So I took that word ajatans and made it the title of the first poem in the sequence. Agitans. My left arm is jealous of my right, the one without a tremor. When right pours a glass of wine or throws a ball, left stifles a mild shiver of reproach. I call him Agitans and let him take charge of the big jug of water so that the ice tumbles into the glasses like a subsiding cliff. He peaks in the football season when Arsenal play. If they get any better, I'll have to snuggle him tightly to my chest, straitjacket style. Meanwhile, his brother Right is undeterred by his burgeoning duties, and once, only once, has released his own answering tremor. So, as I said, these poems are peopled with the hallucinations, which are not menacing. I don't feel threatened by them in any way. This poem is called Side Effects, number 1. Wherever I sit, at the corner of my eye, they fade in, fade out, melt into elsewhere before I can see faces. Who is that girl? Who is that girl I sense at my shoulder? Who is that dancing lazily on my table until I look up? Are they playing a game? Do they mean me any harm? Not one has appeared twice or uttered a sound. Remote, indifferent, they will never amount to a family or a circle of friends. Meanwhile, a black spider with his heart in his mouth is legging it across the floor tiles towards the nearest shade. He is strangely human and visible all the way. And in this I imagine taking some of these hallucinatory friends for a walk in the Waterworks Park in North Belfast. Once a day. I take my hallucinations for a walk once a day at the Waterworks. That is to say, I assume they accompany me. Acres of fresh air, some trees, a lake. Plenty of space to practice disappearing. Would the dogs detect an aura or take a snarl at the invisible? I expect it not. I expect it right. Park life has its own concerns. The heron gathers north around him like a monk's habit and appears to sleep. The joggers against oblivion are already on a gasping break. Only the terrier, stupid fucker, draws near and growls, then turns to the more urgent business of his life, chasing a ball for the angriest man in Ireland. I remember seeing this and wondering whether I should be getting in touch with the NSPCA. But in fact, the angry man was enjoying himself so much, the dog, which he referred to as stupid fucker, was obviously very used to him. I mean, they were made for each other. So I thought, yeah, you know, that sometimes relationships should be allowed to go their own way.